Hi, it's Lonnie with Crafty Traveler. I'm live. I hope you can hear me and see me. I hope someone is on pretty soon. Today I want to discuss my future trip to the Eastern Sierras. I'll be going with my friend Kelly, and she'll have her own motorhome, and I'll have my motorhome towing my car. She has never been on the eastern side of 395, so I'm going to be showing her all around. Oh, Mobang is here. Thanks, Tim, for showing up on my first live. You may be the only one. We'll see. A few more people may show up. So, as I was saying, I want to discuss my next trip going to the Eastern Sierras. Kelly and I will leave on Monday, Labor Day, and we're going to be heading up to Reno and spending a couple of nights there first. And I've got a whole itinerary figured out for us because she hasn't really ever been there. So I might be reading from some of my notes here. And so one of our first stops, I always like to stop at Granzella's restaurant in Williams, California. And we always stop there. Oh, good. Thank you, Tim. You're sharing my live. I appreciate that. Granzella's restaurant is located in Williams, California. It's about 2.5 hours from where I live in Willits. And we always stop there and do a little shopping. They have wonderful olives and all kinds of goodies. And I like to buy 2 sandwiches. And I don't put any condiments on the sandwiches because I bring them back into my RV. And then I'll put the condiments on when I eat them. If we're there too early for lunch, I'll wait and eat one for lunch, and then I usually eat one for dinner. And that way I don't have to cook. And of course, Monday and Tuesday, it's going to be really hot. In Reno, it's supposed to be 100 degrees. But we will have full hookups and electricity so we can run our air conditioning. The other thing is, Ernie is not going with me, and neither is Snickers. And Kelly is not bringing her 2 dogs. So we will be dogless, which I'm glad because it's going to be warm. And we want to go do things where dogs probably won't be allowed. Anyway, after stopping at Granzella's, we'll head to Reno. And we'll get there. Oh, cherish the journey. Thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate it. I haven't seen videos from you for a while. Hope you're doing well with your rebuild. And yes, I'm going to freely explore without my fur babies. And I want to go fishing too. And it's difficult to have a dog with you when you're fishing. So anyway, after Reno, or we get to Reno, then the next day I want to go over to the Donner Museum and do some video there. I've never been there, and I heard it's very interesting. So I want to go to the Donner Museum. And then the next day, which will be Wednesday, we will be heading south on 395. Oh, Fairy Dust, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. And we'll be heading south on 395 towards Bridgeport. And Bridgeport, California is where, in my childhood days, I've been going to since I was 6. And I'm 71. The last time Ernie and I went to the Eastern Sierras was 2 years ago. But I've been there many times, and I love the fishing area. And we're going to be camping up near Twin Lakes at an RV park. So we will have hookups there too. And I can just walk across the street to the lake and I can go fishing. So I hope to do some fishing videos there, as well as I'll review the park and we'll see Twin Lakes and things like that. And I hope to look for different sites along the way. We're going to be there for about a week, and we'll do some sightseeing around Bridgeport and all of that. There's a visitor center there now that I've never been to. So after that, we will be heading south and towards Mammoth. But we're not going to stay in Mammoth. We're going to stay at Brown's Campground on the Owens River, which is about a half an hour or so from Mammoth on the east side. And we're going to be camping right on the Owens River. And the Owens River is one of my favorite places to camp. So I'm really looking forward to that. We will not have hookups. I've done a video on Brown's Campground in the past. You might look up my Eastern Sierra trip in 2020, but I'll do another one. And it's a no hookups, but there is water available. There's pit toilets and garbage. They have a general store, and then you can pay for showers. So it's all a good thing. Oh, look at the camera, not at the screen. Thanks, Mopang. I guess my camera's up here. Okay, I'll do that. Thanks. Any hints you can give me on this first live, I appreciate it. But sometimes I got to look down to see the comments. So we'll be there for about a week, and we'll be sightseeing almost every day. I'm going to take her up to June Lake Loop. We're going to go to Mammoth area. We're going to go to Convict Lake. Of course, that's where the dump station is, so we got to go there on our way home anyway. And we're going to drive down to Bishop one day and Lone Pine. And I want to go see the movie museum at Lone Pine. And I want to get information about the Alabama Hills. I've never been to the Alabama Hills, so hopefully we can just drive around a little bit. The noise you might be hearing in the background, my husband's in the kitchen. Anyway, and then Kelly wants to go to the Bristlecone Pine Visitor Center, so that might be another day because it is a ways out east of Big Pine, which is north of Bishop. So those are the plans that we have right now. And oh yeah, there's a Schatz Bakery in Mammoth. We're going to have to go stop by there and get sandwiches and bread. And then we will also stop at the Schatz Bakery, probably in Bishop. And there's a Safeway in Bishop, so we'll do some shopping there as well. Anyway, so and there's a couple of museums and visitor centers that we're going to be going to while we're in Bishop and Lone Pine as well. Oh, good. Cherish the journey. You're almost done with your renovation. Can't wait to see the videos. Got to get them up so we can all look at them. Yes, Fairy Dust. I'm just gonna drive through around Alabama Hills. It's probably gonna be hot, in the 90s at least. So we're not gonna do camping there. Just driving around, seeing some of the sites, and I hope to get a map and information when I'm at the Lone Pine Museum. If anybody has any information about that, uh, let me know, okay? All right. Anything else I can think of about the trip? Not sure. I'm only on for 8 minutes. I don't know if I can talk for an hour. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do the Bristlecone Pine Visitor Center. I'm not going to do the extra 17 miles up the dirt road because I do not have a four-wheel drive. I just have my little Honda CRV. So we'll do what we can do. Yes, Tim, I am going to be towing my CRV. I did a video. I did videos on that. In fact, the last video of my Point Reyes trip, my first solo trip with Snickers, of course, towing the CRV, will be up tomorrow, Sunday. I'm reading comments here. Don't travel too far deep into Alabama Hills. Yeah, I probably won't. I think there's a road that's the movie road or something like that. Maybe I can go on. I'll check things out at the Lone Pine and the Bishop Visitor Center and ask questions there. Okay, good. Good to know, Tim, that some of the road's soft. There's Ernie over there. Anyway, wave, Ernie. There's Ernie. And Snickers is right here on my lap, on my chair. So I wanted to let you all know, remind everybody that I'm posting twice a week on Sunday and Thursdays. Tomorrow, Sunday, September the 4th, is my last video of my Point Reyes trip. So stay tuned for that. And I post my videos early, like 12 a.m. So they're on in the mornings. Anybody can watch them early because I know a lot of people post later in the day. And then it kind of gets crowded. And I like to watch their posts, so my posts will be up early. Everybody says hi to Ernie. Let me see. Will you know where the RV hangout? No, I don't know that. Anyway, maybe you could give me directions, Tim. Look at the time where tour viewers watch. Okay. So after Sunday, I have a series of 4 videos coming up that were taken with my Mendocino Lady Glamper group, which is a women's camping group that I started here in Mendocino County. And we have a total of about 10 members, but 5, including me, 6 of us, went to the Westport Union Landing State Park, and we camped right on the bluff overlooking the ocean. It was fabulous. My friend Peggy got there first, and I came right behind her, and we moved her truck around and did things to save our spots. So all 6 of us had ocean views. It was absolutely gorgeous. We had little fogs in the morning, but by 10, 11 o'clock, it had burned off, and it was fabulous. You'll get to see those 4 videos coming up. They're all posted and scheduled. And we had a bear come into camp. So you don't want to miss those. They're kind of fun and they're beautiful scenery. Oh, okay. You're saying park my RV where others park. Well, Tim, this time I'm just going to do a little tour. I'm not taking the RV. I just take the car. So, but in the future, I do want to camp at Alabama Hills, but I don't want to do it when this time of year when it's going to be hot. Maybe in the spring when it's cooler, or even later fall, but that's going to have to come up in the future. So, talked about my videos and what the next 4 videos will be. I might have one more video up before my videos for the Eastern Sierras come up. It's a video that I've taken, but I'm still editing. It's about the icons and statues of Willits. We have a number of icons and statues here, including Seabiscuit. And you'll see what happens with the Seabiscuit statue, as well as others. So I have to finish editing that and get that posted. And then when I get back, I'll be starting to post my Eastern Sierra videos. And there is going to be a lot of them. Yes, Cherish the Journey. I am planning on being at courtside. I hope to leave right after New Year's, probably be gone from home a month, and it'll be Snickers and I, but I hope that my friend Peggy, you will see on the Westport video, and her dog are going to come with me. We're going to caravan down, and I might meet up with another friend. So we'll all be at courtside. So I'll be looking forward to finding more of my YouTube friends at courtside. Peggy and and Gail, we can all boondock. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Ernie is not interested in going, and that's fine. I'll just caravan down with my girlfriends. Thanks, Tim. I'm not sure how to do that. Use YouTube Studio to figure out my when your viewers watch. Okay, I've tried to do that in the past, but I haven't figured that out yet. And sometimes it just says not available or information not available. So I have to look that up. I only have 668 subscribers as of this morning, so I gained a couple, and I only have um, close to 2,000 hours. So I would really appreciate it if people would play my playlist and um, do that so I can get more hours and get monetized. I'd really appreciate that for people to do that if you would. Yeah, look at your older videos and look back. Okay, I will do that. I appreciate that, Tim. I need all the help and hints I can get. So I'm looking forward to my Eastern Sierra trip. Yes, and then I will be in Quartzsite. I want to be there for the women's RTR and the RTR and into where the big tent. And then Peggy and I haven't decided if we want to go do some things around Superstition Mountains or Lost Dutchman or somewhere like that for a few days before we head back. And then after being home for some 3 weeks, on about March the 12th, my friend Terry and I have to be in San Diego because we are going to go on the RV fantasy tour trip to Baja. I am so excited about that. We're going in her RV, and she has a 31-foot RV, Class C, and she's used to boondocking all the time, so I'm not concerned about that. Terry and I have known each other for over 15 years. We used to work together. We have traveled together. We've been to Bali, Kenya. We went to the Galapagos together. And now we're RVing together. So I think we will just be fine. We won't have dogs or husbands with us. It'll just be the two of us. But we will be with the fantasy tour group. Um, so I don't know how many people are in the group, but we won't be alone. And we've researched it quite a bit. It's not cheap, but between the two of us, we can handle it okay. So that's coming up in March. Follow Kiss Tracks, is that right? I've never seen you before. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. I'll have to look up your channel. I appreciate you coming in. This is fun. My first live. I'm excited. I've got all of 5 people watching, but that's okay. That's okay. Anybody have any questions about me and what I travel in if you haven't seen my videos? Oh, follow Keys Tracks. You live in your car and camp in Georgia. Oh, I have not been to Georgia other than the airport. And so that's a state I need to go to and camp some. I'm not sure how or when I will get through those states. I've been as far east in our RV. Well, we had a trailer and went to Tennessee last year, but I haven't been to Georgia or some of the other states in an RV in the South. But I, on my bucket list. Oh, don't worry about criticizing me, Tim. Oh, okay, my dash cam isn't as good. Oh, I understand. Yes, I have a little dash cam that I have. Don't remember the brand, and I understand it's not the quality as some of my other videos or parts of my video because I do a lot of videoing on my phone, and I have an Android phone. I also have a larger video cam if I want to get shots of distance on that. I also have a GoPro, and I'm still playing with that, and I'll be using my GoPro more when I'm fishing because I can strap it to me or put it on my hat or something like that. So I have to play around with that. I've been doing this almost 3 years, and I constantly am learning about everything. And oh, how many hours did it take me to get to Bali? It's about 12. Yeah, from flying from you have to go out of LA. Oh, the first time I went out of San Francisco and I flew, and you go to Taiwan, and that's about a 5 hour trip, and then it's a 4 or 5 hour layover in Taiwan, and then it's about a 2 or 3 hour flight to Bali, and I did it twice. I went to Bali and Kenya, and I went to Austria and Germany with a group called Craft Tours. It's owned by Jim West, who lives in Illinois, and he has all these tours and trips all around the world. He has a few people that are tour guides, but he goes on a lot of them. And he does and shows you the crafts of that country. Now, if you look on my playlist, I have 4 videos from my Kenya visit, my Kenya trip. And that was in January of 2018. And it was pretty exciting. We did lots of game rides, and the last one has my Wild Kingdom moment on it. So if you look at my playlist under the Kenya trip, then you can see those videos. Oh, follow Kate's tracks. Yes, I'm learning to crochet. I do watercolor painting. In fact, I hope to do some watercolor painting while I'm on this Eastern Sierra trip. And I love to sew, and I make quilts. Here's one of them, and I have many around my house. And I also do other sewing kind of crafts. I make bowl cozies and table runners and things like that. I do go to some craft shows here in my area. I got to make that gas money, but haven't been real successful, but I haven't been very consistent either. I've been doing trips. Yes, and I taught myself how to do YouTube um, by watching YouTube videos on how to do YouTube. And I've learned a lot from my YouTube friends. Oh, thank you, Follow Kai's Tracks. Thanks for the subscription. I appreciate all of them, and I'll look you up too. Gonna write that down so I don't forget. When you're 71, you got to write things down. Okay, good job. Thank you. Okay, what else can I read here? Oh, RV Living Life. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. I think, I don't know if you're subscribed to me or not. I'd appreciate it if you did. I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to you. Kira. Oh, okay, Kira. Kyra. I will call you. Oh, call me Kiki. That's easy. I will. Thanks, Kiki. I see that, Tim. I just got a new subscriber friend. Oh yes, RV Living Life. Thank you. I believe we are subscribed to each other. Great. Mobang, your job is done this morning. What was your job this morning? I just watched your video on how you did your screen. That was pretty ingenious. I really enjoyed that. Even though I probably won't need a screen someday, but it's good to know. Oh, good, RV Living Life. Congratulations on hitting your 1,000. Yep, I'm still looking forward to that. Oh, you got one more sub for me. Thanks, Mobang. Yes. Thanks, Cherish the Journey. for that information. I will be doing more research on my analytics. I've kind of been neglectful of that. Just another thing I have to learn, and I enjoy learning. I have firmly believe when you don't learn something every day, you're not going to live long. You got to learn. Learning is living. Yes. Yes, Kiki, subscribe to RV Living Life. They have a really fun channel. Yes. Great. Great. I appreciate all of you coming on. It really helps me. This is going to help me out a lot. And with new subscribers and all your wonderful comments and hints, I think this is just fabulous. I might be doing more streams. I don't know if I can schedule streams right now, but I'll try and announce them when I want to do them. If I have good enough Wi-Fi on my trip, I might try a stream, but we'll see. I just have to wait and see. My house Wi-Fi is good, but I don't know about being on the road. I don't have a booster yet. That's a goal I have in mind, is to get a Wi-Fi booster. Um, you can, oh, Mobang says you can do everything on your phone. Yes, I know that. I've seen people do that. I still haven't figured out how to edit on my phone. So I do a lot of video on my phone, um, but then I put it into my editing program, and I have the Cyberlink Power Director editor. Hey, Van Life Rocks. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Yes, more and more people. This is great. I love it. I don't know why I was so nervous about this. All these people are my friends. It's like having a chat. Just kind of reading the comments. Everybody's saying hello to each other. I appreciate that a lot. Any hints you can give me? Oh, um, Ray, you know about the Alabama Hills. I'm going to be going up to the Eastern Sierras, and I'm going to be going starting in Reno and going south. And I'm familiar with places like Bridgeport and Bishop and Lone Pine, but I have never been to the Alabama Hills. So I will be towing my car, and I just want to go up to the Alabama Hills and kind of look around. Maybe you could give me some hints. Thanks, Tim. I will have to play with that a little bit. Maybe I'll do a little video of the dog or something. You know, Snickers has his own fan club already. I do a video, a little short with him playing with a plastic bottle, and I get 2,000 views on it. So I guess I got to do more videos with Snickers in them. Oh, thanks, Cherish the Journey. You got a Wii Boost. Yes, that's on my list of things to do. One of the big expenses that I'm gonna have that I'm looking into. I don't know if you're familiar with the Mini Winnies, but the spare tire is in the garage area. And a friend of mine has the same model as I do, and she had her grandson weld a tire holder on the back so she can mount her tire to the back of her RV. And I've discussed things with her, and I have her grandson's number, and I want to talk to him about it. But my husband says, "Oh yeah, that's going to be another $1,000." So I want to see. I want to get that out first, and then I'll have a little more storage in there. I know I got to watch out for my payload, but you know, when I travel, I don't travel with a lot of water. I might have 10 gallons in there just to be okay for a night or two if I had to. And then if I'm going to travel short distances, I might fill the water, but long distances, I don't. And I usually travel with an empty gray and black tanks too, as much as possible. So that weight is not my consideration. And I do have lots of stuff in that RV. Um, but I want to get the tire out from under the basement area, and mount it on the back. So, yeah, the little shorts are kind of fun. I've got a few shorts on mine. But anyway, once I get that mounted and I want to get that done before I go to courtside, then I'm going to save money for the Wii Boost. I don't need Starlink. I'm not full time. It's not. I don't work on the road, so that part's not important to me. But if I had a Wii Boost, I think that would help. And so those are two things that I'm saving for. And yeah, I'm excited about these next few months. I don't know. I don't have any plans for trips after March, but I'm sure I'll be thinking of some. Really? You had 800 clips, 800 views of us just sitting around the campfire. That was at Oregon 22? Wow. I did see that, but I didn't realize you had that many. But you have a lot of subscribers, Tim. I'm still working on that. But anything I put on with the dog gets all kinds of views. Oh, the fire scene was at Quartzsite. Well, I have a couple of videos. We stayed with the Next Exit group when we were at Quartzsite in January, and I enjoyed it a lot. I entered in a lot of the activities, but Ernie wasn't too thrilled about it, so he's not going to return anytime soon, at least. Who's going to Blue Ridge Parkway? Oh, Kiki's going to Blue Ridge Parkway. We were in Tennessee, Pigeon Forge area, last May. In fact, we were there over Memorial Day weekend. And I had made the reservations way in advance because I knew we were going to be there over Memorial Day weekend. We arrived on Thursday and we did the trip around, oh gosh, that one road that goes around. I'll think of it in a minute. Um, Dawson's Road? No, what's that little ghost town up there? Anyway, we did that, and we did see a bear. Of course, there's videos on all my travels last year. It's called the Cross Country 2021 playlist, and so that was beautiful. And then the next day, we went up to the other part of the national park, and it rained one day, and uh, but it was a beautiful area. Oh, good to know, Tim. Shorts will get me more subscribers. Anything I can do legally to get more subscribers. Yeah, yeah, I understand people have short attention spans. So do I sometimes. Or I just don't have time to watch everything. And one thing I do, and I really try and do it, is anytime I open somebody's video to watch, I always give them a thumbs up. The only time I've given a thumbs down was somebody a while back, and every other word was an F bomb. So I give them a thumbs down, and I didn't watch their whole video because I was just tired of that. Oh, lives are your favorite, Kiki? Well, here's my first one. So I'll try and keep doing them as I can. Might be here from home. Um, Wish I could sit in my RV, but I don't know that the Wi-Fi will be as good as sitting in my house. So I just have to do what I can do. You like informative videos? Okay, Kiki. Well, I think most of my videos are informative um, in some way. Traveling, doing reviews of the places I go, campgrounds, museums. I like to go to quilt shows, so there's a few quilt show things in there. I also like to go to quilt and fabric stores. And if possible, I always ask the owner if they give me a little, uh, allow me to ask them a few questions. So I try and get the owners or an employee on the video before I do a little scan of all the beautiful fabrics, and I do a little shopping as well. Oh, good. Thanks, Fairy Dust. I appreciate the comment. Yes, lots of adventures ahead. I am going to do it as long as I can. I've had two total knees, and I can hike about a mile or two, depending on the elevation, of course, and the steepness. I also have a little lung issue, so I just take my time. And on some of my videos, if I'm hiking or walking, you may notice I have a little shortness of breath. But I just take my time and I stay hydrated, and I do what I can do. Oh, good. This is just a t-shirt, but it's got a Hawaiian print on it. Thanks, Kiki. Yes, very tropical. I've been to Hawaii numerous times. My name, Lonnie, is spelled Lani, which is a Hawaiian name. My parents lived in Hawaii from 1945 to 1950, and then I was born in 51. But they named me Lonnie, which means heavenly in Hawaiian, and not Leilani. They left out the lei part, which is flower. So Leilani means heavenly flower, but Lonnie means heavenly. And of course, everybody spells it differently. And when they see Lani, they say Lanny, which I'm used to. And I'll nicely correct them. And I'll say, think of Hawaii when you're saying my name. Think of Leilani, but leave off the lei. Oh, that's good to know, Fairy Dust, about Hugh Hauser on California's Gold. Might have to look that up. No, it wasn't your video. It was a video that I watched, uh, RV Living. It was a video I watched early on, when I was first looking at YouTube videos. And it was, I don't even remember much about the video. I just remember every other word was an F bomb. So I gave him a thumbs down and I clicked off. What big furry thing were you attacked by? RV Living Life. Oh, thanks, Tim. Yeah, well, I guess that has to do with my artist brain about my color combos, um, and my quilting, trying to coordinate colors and things like this. Turquoise and brown is one of my favorite combinations, and I have a lot of turquoise accents in my RV, and it's beige basically inside the RV. Oh, Ilani. Okay. Kiki, is that a Hawaiian name too? Your niece, is that a Hawaiian name? Kiki, I will have my channel will be up 3 years now. I started in September of 2019. I'm not exactly sure of the date, and we had just before we bought a Passport travel trailer. We bought that in October. So I knew we were buying it. So I started, I had been doing research probably 6 months to a year earlier than before I started my channel, and looking at other YouTube channels that told me how to do it and watching people. And just learning how. And then we were going to buy this travel trailer, and I finally got the guts to put it up. And we did the maiden voyage of the travel trailer over in Fort Bragg, and a couple of other little videos, and then COVID started. So my first few videos are about some sewing and quilting because we didn't go very far or at all until I think about May of 2020. We took our trailer over to Manchester Beach State Park, which is on the coast south. And we went there for a few days because we figured we're in our own RV, we're in our trailer. We have our own bathroom, kitchen, bedroom, or it can be outside. We don't have to be in crowds, and we can still enjoy outside and doing things. And then in 2020, we took a trip to the Eastern Sierras. Oh, Tim, you like blue? Yeah, I think blue is the most popular color people like. I live in Willits, California, which is in Northern California. Oh, your work kids wanted you to start an account. Yeah, that's good. Well, you're doing great, Tim. I enjoy your videos. I was watching your videos before we met in Oregon, and now I watch them all the time. Do you don't think they're watching anymore? Oh, I'm sorry. Rometown Girl here. Oh, good. Thank you. I follow you all the time. Right now, I'm following your South Dakota videos. I want to go back. I've been to South Dakota a few times, but not done a lot of camping there. And I really want to go to the state national parks, both in North Dakota and South Dakota. I think Rumtown Girl, when you were at Wall Drug, I said I had driven past it or been a passenger past it 2 or 3 times. My father didn't want to stop when we went when I was a teenager, and my husband didn't want to stop last year. So I'm going back, and I'm going to camp out there and go to Wall Drug. Yeah, South Dakota looks fun. I don't want to be there in the heat. You said you were there in May, so that seems like it's a nice time to go. It's not too hot. Woo, 10. Thanks. Oh, 11 now. I got 11 in the house. I got 43 minutes on the clock yet. With all you chatting with me, it's easy to keep going. I thought, oh no, how am I ever going to talk for an hour? Thank you, Kiki. Thank you. Yes. Um, I figured I just got to do it. If nobody showed up, at least it would be on my channel for later, for people to look at later. But I see a lot of wonderful people on here, people I've met and people I want to meet. Oh, good to know, Rumtown Girl, that some of the things aren't open till June the 1st, after Memorial Day. Yeah. Oh, well, thanks, Tim. I don't know if I'm a natural or not. I did a little theater work in my day, but didn't do any movies or anything like that. Anyway, anything else anybody want to know? I travel now in a Minnie Winnie, 24-foot Minnie Winnie, and I tow a little 2013 CRV. And on our trip up through Oregon and Washington this past May and June, we talked to a number of people who were towing Honda CRVs. And if you have a CRV that's newer than 2014, that's automatic, you can't tow it. Mine's an automatic, and each time I hook up, and even if I stop for say 15 minutes, I've got to go back in the car and restart, turn it off, restart it, and go through this procedure to work the transmission, to get the transmission fluid through the transmission. And my husband installed the tow button. He did everything except the braking system. It does have a braking system. But I've done it enough on my own. I've done it with him looking over my shoulder and telling me, no, don't do that, do this. So, but I've done it on my own now a few times, and I'm pretty confident in it. I check and recheck myself, and now I even have a little paper on my dash that says check car. So anytime I stop, I'll try and look at my watch, and if it's over even 12 minutes, I'll go back and redo the procedure for the transmission. Oh, I really enjoy my Minnie Winnie, Tim. Before we had this 24-foot passport trailer and a truck, and Ernie did most of the driving. I drove a little bit, but it really made him nervous when I was driving. However, when we went up to Oregon, I did three-fourths of the driving, and even on some mountain roads and that, and he didn't seem quite as nervous. And we towed the car. So that was one of the reasons we traded in the trailer for the Mini Winnie so that I could do more things on my own or go with my lady camping groups. So that's what I'm planning on doing. I got a really nice comment on one of my videos about a month ago from a lady who said that they had just bought our trailer. We traded it in at Lemke RV near Sacramento, and traded in and got the Mini Winnie. And they just bought the passport. So I'm anxious to see some of her pictures. And she said that the reason she knew it was my passport was she went online looking up the model number and saw these drawers that Ernie had made. The passport we had a jackknife couch with a Murphy bed that came down, and on each side of the Murphy bed were wardrobes and a nightstand. But there was at least 6 inches of space between the wardrobe and the nightstand. So Ernie, in his um, uh, hobby, was woodworking. He made these wooden drawers that went under there because it went way back, and if you put something in there, you'd never find it again. So he made these drawers that you could put items in and push the drawer under there. And she saw that video and then contacted me through my YouTube channel and said they just bought it. So I'm excited to see some pictures. I don't think she has a YouTube channel, but I'm excited to see pictures of our passport and what they do with it. Let me see, where am I? So, Tim, are you getting something different than your minivan that your wife's going to come with you? I don't know if you know Travel Grandma, but she travels in a Dodge Caravan, and she's a real good friend of mine. But go to her channel. She has a really nice setup in her minivan, and she was redoing it so that her husband could come with her because they were taking a trip up to Idaho and they hoped to sleep in the van, and they were taking their little dog too. So her video shows how she went from a single bed to a bigger bed space so her husband could come with her. Let me see. Oh, she won't do the minimalist in the minivan. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah. Ernie and I, you've seen my other RV history and all the rigs that we had. Um, my folks' first little trailer was a little 16-foot crown trailer, and I was 6 years old. And we go to the Sierras every summer, and we went cross country to Wisconsin and up to the Seattle World's Fair in '62. And then in '67, they bought a 19.5 foot Nomad that was self-contained. And we traveled all around the country with them with that. And then when Ernie and I got married, we bought a van. We didn't build it out like you all build out now, but we did. Ernie just built a big platform that had our bed on it, and then underneath was all our camping equipment. Of course, we had to stay in places that had toilets, and we didn't usually shower, but we weren't gone that long. It was weren't gone more than I'd say a week at a time in that van. And then my dad was going to retire, so they bought a 32-foot Silver Streak trailer, and we bought the Nomad from them. And that was in '75. And Ernie and I took 2 trips across country in that travel trailer, once before children, and once when my son was 8 months old, and he's going to be 44 here coming up pretty soon. And then after that, we didn't have a trail. Yeah, we had a camper cab over when the kids were young. And then we bought a 25-foot Fireball after the camper when the kids kind of grew up. And then we didn't have an RV or a camper for almost 20 years. And okay, thanks, Cherish the Journey, for coming. I appreciate it. We had the 25-foot, and we went to the Sierras, and we did some local stuff with it. We didn't make any long trips with it. And like I say, we were without a trailer or anything for over 20 years. And we did some cruises, and my daughter went to college in Ohio, so we flew to Ohio back and forth. And then when I was going to retire, I said, I want another trailer, or I want an RV. So that's when we bought the Passport. And we had it for 2 years, and now we have the Minnie Winnie. Uh-oh, I passed the hour mark? It says 52 minutes on my timer, Tim. It says live 52 minutes, 20 seconds. So, let's see. Anybody else? Oh, your wife won't do the bucket. I don't blame her. I don't think I would do that either. If I had a van or something that didn't have its own bathroom, I'd get a porta potty, but I don't think I could do the bucket. Oh, you liked the trailer? Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. But again, and I did pull it 3 times on my own. Twice over to Clear Lake Campground, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and once right here to a campground right here in Willits with my friends. Oh, Van Life Rocks. This message is held for review. Van Life Rocks posted a bucket. Oh, I'm going to show that. That's not offensive. Oh, the video with all the clips. Thanks. Yeah, well, my early videos are of the Passport trailer, so you might want to check those out just for fun. Anyway. Okay, well, 53 minutes. Fairy Dust with 12 inch. Love the bucket. Yeah, I'm going to show that. That's not offensive to us. I don't know why they say that that is offensive. I don't know. It's funny. But that's YouTube. They're not sure about certain things. Anyway, so anything else anybody wants to ask me about my RV travels, whatever? I don't know, Tim. When Ray posted a bucket and Fairy Dust Brianna posted a bucket, it was a little message that said comment for review, and it said yes or no. So I put yes. I don't have moderators yet. I don't know how that works. Maybe those of you who have moderated other people could let me know how that works. I don't know. Oh, good. Thanks. Brianne, for coming in. I appreciate it. You're always trying to break YouTube. You just do it in subtle ways. Is that right, Ray? Oh, they didn't like the word dummy, huh? Maybe they thought you were calling somebody else a dummy and not yourself. I don't know. Click on our name that choose options. Okay. Again, first live. I'm new, so I'm not sure how to do that. So Mobang, when you say click on our name, then shows options, that is how I can make people moderators? I'll have to chat with you and Ray and Brianne and uh, on our PMs, and you can give me some hints about that. Well, you know what? Let's see. Oh, block them. I can block people if I need to. Okay. So far, I'm good. I've been watching for trolls, and so far, haven't seen any, but I'm sure they will find, and many other things. Okay. Yes, Tim is the YouTube king. I see the little wrench on his name on many YouTube lives that I watch, and he's the guy that I would go. He's my go-to guy, or he will be my go-to guy. So, wow, I got 8 people watching. That's fabulous for the first time. Anyway, yes, that's Ernie, my husband. Yep, still is. We're going on 48 years, 49 years. Yes, Tim is the egg roll king. I had some samples of those egg rolls when we were in Oregon. They were delicious. Neat. Okay, Rumtown Girl, I thank you for watching. And we'll see what happens in the future, how many more lives I do. But I think I've done all right. I appreciate all you showing up. It's really nice to chat with people. So, you know what? I think I'm going to sign off now. I appreciate everybody coming in. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, watch my videos. Um, Maybe I'll get monetized someday. It would be nice. Oh, thank you. Thank you, RV Living Life. Cuddle Sand Daisy. Oh, a new person. Bye now. Thanks. Thanks for all your kudos. I appreciate it. Okay, I got to go. Thanks for watching. Stay crafty, smart, creative, and safe. Bye bye.